Hello world! My name is Danominator, and welcome once again to the end of another year on this channel. And wow, where do I even begin with 2025? For those of you who are new here, which is actually a lot of you, this is a yearly thing that I do where I basically just put some gameplay on or something and go off script and just blurb about everything that happened on the channel and notable events. And oh boy, there were a lot of those this year. Now, whether all of them were good is definitely debatable, but despite that, wow, 2025 was really something. And there were a lot of challenges to overcome, and I'll get into those in a little bit, but overall, I have many thanks to give and a lot of things to throw down here. So I'm just gonna start and we're gonna see how it goes. This was the year that Danominator took off like crazy. And that is, of course, because of one major video, but surprisingly, a lot of you stuck around after that. And I wasn't sure how things were going to go because up until this point, I've been kind of making a few too many critical videos about Nintendo, I think. I see that that's become a bit of a common theme on Danominator. And I feel like that was never really the point of this channel. I don't want it to ever be all about just complaining about companies doing these really dumb things, but you know, we have to call them out too when it's stuff we care about, and I do care about Nintendo making a generally bad impression on their consumers. So I am glad I made that video, but I'm also very glad to kind of have completely moved on from that because, to be honest, I really don't want to do it again. That said, I am fully willing to admit that a lot of the success this year came from the Nintendo Switch 2 Was Not Made For You, a video that I have no interest in revisiting, aside from, I don't know, maybe a year or two from now doing some kind of mini retrospective on whether or not I think that opinion still holds up, I guess. But other than that, I am very much in recognition that that video made a big deal and it made a big splash here on the channel, along with a lot of other things that happened earlier this year, like the Baby Parkathon stream and getting to stream Toray Saturn on launch day. Man, we got to do so many fun things this year live. But despite those big successes, and I'm very much willing to attribute a lot of the success this year to those, obviously there is a major elephant in the room, and that is what happened halfway through the year. I don't really need to tell you all because you kind of already know. Normally, I don't have one of these year in review videos so close to a recent Updatinator, which I literally just released one of those earlier this year talking about everything that had happened. And I'm glad I did that, but I also recognize that this video might kind of reiterate a lot of the things I said there. So just to give you guys an understanding, yes, there are going to be some repeated thoughts in here. So hopefully that doesn't completely negate what I'm going to say today, but there are some things that I want to talk about more in depth, and that does also include like the reason why I make these videos to begin with at the end of each year, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. So at the start of the year, I was very much feeling the momentum from 2024 and I wanted to keep it going, so I made that video about Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Very happy with how that turned out, and I do actually plan on making a follow-up to that at some point because I think there is more to say about that app and Nintendo's whole preservation angle with this, so we'll probably be coming back to that at some point. I got to make my usual yearly YouTube poop, really happy to get those out every year. And then, of course, everything with the Switch 2 happened, and that's when the channel exploded, along with a couple of other pretty great live streams that I had a lot of fun doing. And I don't mean to make this sound like a businessy thing, but it is nice to go over and like see, oh, these things went over really well this year. So that's why I'm talking about them. But after that, something happened. I had yet another major Vertigo episode, and that stopped me from creating things altogether. I pushed myself way too hard with the Switch 2 video, and I'm fully aware of that. And actually after that is when I was really pushing to finish my favorite games I played in 2023 and 2024. That was a video I was really excited to release, and I literally had to stop working on it because I picked it back up right after the Switch 2 video, and it was just too much between everything that was going on at my job and my personal life and just trying to keep myself afloat, I guess. I kind of buckled under the pressure and I just had to stop. And unfortunately, after that, I sadly lost some really good connections this year, and I'm not going to talk further about it, but I had a lot of regrets from that, and just in general feeling inadequate and incapable of working on the things I loved doing. The lack of confidence was not helping that, but that's always been a problem with me. I think I've come to recognize over the past few years, this is actually one of the reasons I make those videos to begin with, is so I can look back on how things have been in my life and how I handled every challenge that came my way so that I can learn to be a better person. But yes, a lot happened. Along with that, I also lost my job in November, and things just kind of kept spiraling throughout the course of the year, to the point where by mid-November, I was just kind of stuck, and I felt like I had lost everything, even though that was far from true. I was feeling very down about myself and my ability to work on the things I loved, feeling like this channel would never really, quote-unquote, take off more than just a Nintendo criticism channel, I guess. And I mean, I feel like after seeing how the last few videos where I was talking about major companies and the decisions they make, and I mean, kind of complaining, I feel like that was a valid concern to have. Not just as in like being fearful of, oh, I'm just gonna be that guy, but more so feeling like, you know, with YouTube, when you make something popular, YouTube expects you to make something similar to that popular thing, or you potentially lose all your subscribers or something like that. And obviously, given how things have been, that is not at all true. I can literally see the reality in front of me that you guys like the things I talk about and you resonate with the things I say, and that I'm very thankful for that. But I was in a really rough spot because I really hadn't worked on anything on the PC in a really long time. I was trying to make things work. I had a laptop by this point, and I was trying to work on that, and I was getting a few more things done there, which was good, but it was still very, very barely any progress. And that was when I eventually made a change in myself, where I finally got up off my butt and I went to go see my vertigo therapist, and they recommended me to start up a home therapy program. Now, this was a big jump for me because up until this point, I had been going into an actual facility for care like weekly, monthly, and I would kind of go on and off of that care from time to time wherein I would be doing really good. And then the pattern that's happened over the last few years is that I would stop going to therapy because I was doing great. I would push on with my life. I would make videos again. I would work really hard on a bunch of things. And then the vertigo would hit again because I wasn't getting the help that I needed, and so I had to stop again. And this up and down charade has been going on for like over 5 years at this point. Technically longer, but this is when it's like really become apparent to me that it's a problem. So I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna make a change. I'm not really thrilled about having to do it, but I decided to start up the program at home, and it is 100% working. That was a big encouragement for me, but of course after that is when I lost my job. So I was in a very unusual place, and I wanna say like early December, something happened to me, and I don't mean to say I was chosen to do something because I attribute this to God more than I do myself, but I feel like I had a big reinvigoration or something. That's probably not a real word, but literally getting fired up to make things again. And that is when I filmed that update video that you guys saw and edited it very quickly, edited it down, and put it up in the span of a day. I was so ready and willing to work on things again. And since then, things have been so much better. This isn't to say that the challenges that happened this year have just like, you know, shifted to the back of my mind or something. No. I am still very much thinking about a lot of them and reflecting on them, especially today, given that it's the end of the year. But I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot about myself, and I've even recognized a few patterns partially due to rewatching some of my previous end of year videos. Maybe this you could consider this to be like an alternative form of journaling or like a video diary or something, but I've noticed a couple of patterns on this channel that I really want to break, and that was part of the new passion that I felt at the end of this year. Just realizing there are a lot of things I can do better and a lot of things that I don't need to do anymore because I can move past them and just go, just do my best. One of those things is apologizing a lot. I am overly apologetic, and I'm really sorry for that. Sorry, had to get one of those bad jokes in there. What I do mean to say though is that I have tried to give people who love this channel and follow the videos on it an explanation for every single time I've had to stop making things. Sometimes it was college, sometimes it was vertigo, sometimes it was my personal life, sometimes it was my job. This is normal stuff that people just do, and I feel that I have been trying way too hard to appeal to everybody and tell them, no, I'm not going anywhere, when there are people on YouTube who are far more successful than I am, and they make like one video every few months, and those videos are incredible because everybody has to work at their own pace to make their channels what they want them to truly be. So I'm really gonna try to cut that off because I feel like I've wasted a lot of time during updates, especially saying, I'm really sorry, I'll be back to making videos soon. And like, no, I don't have to do that. I recognize it now. And to those who have been having to listen to me do that all the time, I hope you know I am really working to just make things now and stop worrying about, oh, are they gonna be perfect? Oh, is it too long since the last one? Oh, do I need to explain myself? I'm just gonna go, and I think that's gonna really improve the flow of everything that I make in the future. The next thing I really took notice of as a pattern this year was the fact that every year, more increasingly so with each year, people have encouraged me and tried to respond to me when I ever, am talking about my struggles or the things that I feel I could have done better. And people have been saying to me, like, for the past, gosh, 7 years of Danominator, can you believe that? People have been telling me every year, you're doing a great job, you make great stuff, that's why we support you, you don't have to explain anything to us. And please don't hate me for this, I don't think I've really been listening to that. And I know that that's really stupid, but this is like a self-confidence thing that I've struggled with for a long time, where even though people are constantly telling me you're doing fine and trying to encourage me to just keep pushing, I struggle to believe it because of my lack of self-competency, I guess, or self-confidence, where I felt that, they're just saying that, they don't want to be mean, they get it, it's sure, you can make another video whenever, they might check it out. No, this year, I took a nearly 8-month break from YouTube, and you were all back there again when I came back. What? What does that prove to me? All of the Ko-fi donations and support that I have constantly struggled to reconcile with and really talk about, that doesn't come from nowhere. And so another mini resolution of mine, I guess, I don't want to call it a New Year's resolution because nobody follows those, but what I mean is I want to make sure that I am listening to and believing you guys when you tell me something. And one of those things is, you like what I do, you want me to keep doing it, so I'm just gonna do it, That, again, taking action instead of just wallowing in stuff or doubting what people are saying to me. I have admittedly, I think, been a little too reliant on your guys' encouragement over the years, and maybe even a little too personal. I mean, I feel like talking about the vertigo has allowed me to connect with a few other people who've struggled with something, so I'm glad I shared that. But I don't want to really make it a big deal anymore if I can manage it, because I do feel like I'm handling it much better now. And taking that risk, taking the home therapy program was a big factor in that. So from now on, I'm going to make sure that when you guys are telling me something and it's becoming a pattern, yeah, maybe you should listen to your viewers and commenters and supporters because they're really nice people. And despite the whole parasocial relationship thing that none of us actually have because I'm just some guy online and we don't all really know each other, you guys do like the things I make and you want to see more. I fully understand that now. I have fully learned to accept that. And one of the reasons I never wanted to be overly reliant on that is because I don't want to be prideful, right? So I hope I don't come across that way, but I am feeling much more proud of the things I've been able to make and so thankful for the kindness you've all shown me as you have every year. That's what I really want to take away from that. The final thing that I really want to talk about around here is the way that I react to change. This has been an ongoing theme as well, and something that I feel like I really struggled to do anything about for, well, honestly, it's not really just a channel thing. This is pretty much the entire course of my life. I have struggled for a long time to adapt to new situations, to react to things quickly and work around them or understand that something needs to be different now. And because of that, I have failed to take risks. I have given up on things because I didn't really know how I would be able to be strong enough to fight for them. And I have lost more things because of that. That is one of the reasons I lost a lot this year. I could have started the vertigo therapy program a lot sooner, but I was worried about it and having a subscription that I needed to pay for to make it work, and having this constant, I guess, commitment to working on this program every week. And now it's like just a normal part of my life, so it was never a big deal to begin with. I also lost some of those connections because I was struggling to fight for them, to keep them, and worrying about losing them. And so I, in some ways, kind of gave up anyway, which is, I know, completely counterintuitive, but these are just honest things that I'm talking about, and I have a reason for sharing them, and I'll get to that shortly. But again, I have always struggled to take charge of things because I don't want stuff to change. I want things to be familiar and comfortable and recognizable, but life isn't like that. Life changes. Life asks more from you than just doing the exact same thing every day. The reason that I'm talking to you guys about this is not so that you can pity me, and again, please don't. I know now that people do not support me because of pity, but I do hope you'll just keep this in mind when I'm talking about it. The reason that I talk about these challenges that I face every year is because I'm hoping that something I say, as the things I've said in the other videos have resonated with people, that this can too. If you guys have a chance to do something great and you're worried mostly because of the potential of failure, please don't let that stop you. Obviously, we need to be wise in the decisions we make, and we don't want to, take too much of a risk and then end up in trouble or something. But if you have a chance to do something great, to try something new, please give it a shot if it is reasonable for you to do so. Please don't do the things that I did, because that's how you lose chances. That's how you lose people. That's how you end up missing out on things, because you were afraid of what might be different if you took those opportunities, if your life went down that route and completely changed paths. I probably could have had a new full-time job already if I had been working harder on the job search before things like this happened at the current job that I had. And I didn't, because I was just kind of keeping myself afloat and not really pushing myself to do the things I needed to do. I didn't have the home vertigo therapy program before. Again, there was a lot of things I wasn't doing, and now I am. And unfortunately, because I took a little too long to do some of those things, I did miss a few opportunities. But now I'm really pushing to be a better person. And again, this is why I make these videos, not just for myself to look back on my decisions and how I can learn from them, but also to hopefully encourage other people. Guys, life is not an accident. We're all here for a reason. And my greatest hope in all of this, in everything that I do, everything that I talk about each year, the videos I make, is that I can make a positive impact for at least one person. And hey, if this gets to become my career along the way, then man, I might be the happiest man alive. I mean that. I am more confident now in my ability to make things that people love than I ever was before. And I don't want to give up on that. We have so many great new things coming out right now. My favorite games video is doing really well for a comeback video after an update and a great stream highlight, and I have more stream highlights to share with you guys soon. The tech channel is launched and is awesome. I cannot believe how well it is doing for a brand new channel. That's so encouraging to me. I have new plans for Danominator soundtracks and Danominator clips. I'm really pushing to make YouTube the best it can be, and to keep fighting against this AI-generated slop and make things that are, yeah, taking effort, but they're really cool when they're done, I think. And if I can keep doing that alongside the job search, because, I might need to have a full-time job again soon, and I am trying to do that until I could make YouTube maybe more of a big career. I think if I can keep working in this new, adventure, I guess, for myself, then I'm gonna be in a better place than I've ever been. I mean, I already kind of feel that right now, but I'm still an imperfect person. I struggle with a lot of things. The confidence thing is definitely back now, and I'm not struggling with that anymore. But life is tough. Stuff happens that we don't expect. Sometimes we have to learn really, really difficult lessons before we finally start doing something about them. But because I finally have, I feel like things are getting better. And that's led to me finally pushing to launch the tech channel and finish all of these videos in my backlog and to do more live streams and to push myself to be better than I can be. Guys, the biggest miniature blessing of this year was the job that let me go a month ago, giving me a standing desk after a month of silence. That can't be an accident. That's like the best tool I could have ever asked for to do any kind of work from home, creative or otherwise. Like, that's incredible. I want to take this chance that God has given me to do something great. I've always wanted to, but I've been afraid to embrace it and to truly push for it. So now I am. Okay, that was a lot, but I feel I needed to get it off my chest, and I'm definitely feeling a lot better about uploading this now. So let me finish up by thanking the Ko-fi supporters and talking about the plans for next year. So to everyone who supported the channel, and I do want this to be a recurring thing that I thank everybody at the end of the year, Big Bro, Go, as always, you have been my monthly supporter for the past few years, and it means so much to me. We got C. Zimmy, our first YouTube supporter, if you can believe it. Our first YouTube membership came in this year, and that was really cool, so thank you very much for that. And to all the donators, Kiwi, the Ultimate Smoothie, many people named Baby Park, JD, Miracle, Royal Raceway, who I assume is another Baby Park who thought it'd be funny to be in on the joke, Taku, Minute Frigid, Killing Cat, Tinlay, Patsy, Cell Cleo, isaacfess, and Rome Reviews. Thank you, everybody. As always, I never know how to truly show you my thanks in the way that I really want to, but to keep making better things year after year is how I hope to truly thank you instead of constantly apologizing for being away. I'm just gonna I want to do great things, and so I hope each year I'll keep making even better things to show you what that support is going to. And as of right now, YouTube is my primary source of income, if you can believe that. And I have actually received a decent bit of income, especially for a channel of my size, thanks to Ko-fi and the little bit from YouTube memberships and donations there. So thank you guys. You have no idea how much energy you've all given me by just commenting and talking to me and hanging out in the Discord and giving me feedback on stuff. It all just means so much. I say this every year, but I'm gonna keep doing it because you all deserve to hear it. So, what do you have to look forward to next? Well, do I ever have a big library of videos I want to show you guys? I am currently working still on the big PC build video where Gabe and I will talk about how we're putting the thing together as we're doing it. The Danomination station is still running great, so I'm looking forward to finishing that, but it is a very big video, so it's being chipped away on in the background and should be done soon. I would like to make a brand new video about Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, talking about how it's held up over the past year. I am looking forward to showing you all my model railroad layout, telling you how I made it, and even giving you guys an avenue to make one of your own, a little one, if you'd like to get started on something hobbyish. I think that is going to be a really fun video, especially for people of my age. I want to get more people into hobbies in my age group, I guess, because a lot of people, when I go to these model train conventions, they're older folks, you know? They're not people who generally look forward to this kind of thing because we're in such a digital world. And I mean, hey, I live in the digital world half the time, right? But this is the non-digital thing I do, so I think it's going to be a really nice change of pace for this channel, and I'm hoping to talk about it even more. Control-Alt-Denominator is going to be a big focus this year, along with Danominator soundtracks. I have some projects to finish over there, and one more big thing I want to focus on is bringing the Chibi Robo retrospective back. I know, I've been saying this for a little while now, but this is kind of my best opportunity to really do it. And truth be told, since the channel does not run on ad revenue, I have not turned it on. It's completely donation dependent. It's still going to take a little while for me to really push for the next episode to come out, but I'm hoping it will be soon. That, I think, is actually it. Wow. As always, I seem to have talked everyone's ears off for an obscene amount of time, but I feel good about it. I feel surprisingly good about the future of this channel and even my life. Along with all that, of course, I'm going to be keeping up my full-time job search and looking for new career avenues and other things that I want to do. And we're just gonna see what happens. I really don't know what this next year is gonna be like, and honestly, that scares me a little. But I've said that every year, and every year God's had my back, you guys have had my back, and every year I've been proven wrong. Listening to myself saying that, you know, I can't do this or that, it's because of you guys that I can. And because of that, I am confident in saying, I'm not done yet. I'm not going to give up that easily. And it's all because of you that I am still here doing all of this. And to those of you who told me over the past few years that you like the stuff I make, that it's good work, and that something I said resonated with you, to those who told me that the greatest risk in life was not taking one, I am sorry it took until this long for me to truly listen and act on it, but I hope you know I am now. And I'm hoping to make myself, and even this world, a better place because of that. So, until next year, which of course is tomorrow, this is Danominator signing off. See you later, Ominators. Thank you for everything, and I hope you look forward to 2026.